Hi, Redeemer Cedar Falls. Hey, I just want to provide a quick update on some leader developments. If you recall from the member meeting we had a few weeks ago, we are just talking about entering a different season with the Wardheisens heading off and Jacob coming in and just some of that stuff. God's been really providing some ways forward. So, number one, by way of reminder, we've invited Ben Mao into the pastoral team candidacy period, which is a year long. So, he'll be serving and getting to know us more and us getting to know him. And we encourage you guys to do likewise, get to know him and let us know any encouragements or questions or concerns, even that you may have. So, there's that. Jacob Garnett, as you know, was brought on staff to lead Rise and is doing a great job there. But part of that um, strategy was also to basically relieve him of his leadership role on Sunday mornings with hospitality and our kids, because the reality is that uh, leadership extends beyond Sunday mornings. It's something that you do throughout the week with scheduling and recruiting and planning and that kind of thing. It was just too much with what he's doing with Rise. So we're praying for God to provide some leadership there, and he's done that. Uh, Harry Broquet has stepped in to help provide some leadership and hospitality, and so many of you may have met him. And Jacob is basically handing that off to him, and we're inviting Harry into a servant leader candidacy. So stay tuned for a little more information on that. And then regarding our kids, which is really an answer to prayer because that's a potentially big ministry. I mean, again, we're kind of rebuilding this from having been shut down by the pandemic, and we currently have one room, and it's kind of like childcare basically. But we have a vision to reenact, like reestablish what we've had in the past, and even go beyond to multiple rooms, and to have, we have a gospel curriculum, we have all kinds of resources and things that we implement in Cedar Rapids, and we want to see that implemented in Cedar Falls and just build a robust kids ministry there. So on Sunday mornings, and so Chris Hunter, most of you know her, has gladly agreed to step in as a kind of a key leader there, a servant in a servant leader role with our kids, and building a team around her of some other ladies, including Carrie Geyer and some others, to just really usher in the new era of our kids. So I'm really excited for that, and just want to encourage us to be supportive of them and yeah, just serve and be involved in that ministry and watch it grow. And one of the things I do want to encourage us toward is to be supportive of more formality in our kids. I think because of it's kind of been shut down and it's been running kind of low key, and because of the kind of familiarity of our church with one another, we can kind of run informally. But we really need to move toward more formality, and that means things like how we check in. Like we check in with like what we do in Cedar Rapids is you get a card when you check in, and then you get your kid when you turn the card in, and we say no card, no kid, and things like that, or background checks, and so these are things that we do to protect kids, provide safety and security. And I think at a small church, sometimes that can be strange for us because we're saying, hey, we know each other, and there's a sense of trust. But what we're doing is building a culture that is sensitive to um, guests and newcomers that maybe don't know us and don't know, um, our kids, and we don't know their kids and things like that. So I just want to encourage us to see the reason behind some of that stuff, and just be supportive of it. And the other thing is, you really, even when you know one another, we want to be secure with our kids, and just have an accountable system where we are dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and making sure that we're not misplacing kids, or they're getting out when they should still be in, and that kind of thing, or leaving with the wrong person. And we just want to play a helpful role in that. So anyway, a lot of good news there, I think, of God providing some leadership there, and still praying for some new group leaders to arise, and to step into that gap with the Van Walls moving literally in like 9 days or something like that. And then also with the Sheets transition and all that. So I encourage you to be prayerful about that. Would God have you be in a position where you could open your home, welcome, other believers and visitors and things like that in, and, have fellowship and get in the word and pray together. So if God's putting that on your heart, I'd love to hear more about that. And yeah, just encourage and equip you for that. So let me know if you have any thoughts, questions, ideas. Would love to hear. All right. See you later.